We're back again. Check us out. Just like we said, we're a few minutes late, maybe. I mean, at the most.
But we're busy guys.
I know, right?
We're busy.
It's like we're trying to learn stuff to help you be stuff. Just saying.
We're taking time out of our busy day. No, I'm just kidding.
We are slaving every day over a hot crypto stove.
Right.
So that you can earn. No, it's like we want to share this stuff with you guys because we are working hard to learn this stuff so that you guys can, get the benefit. We certainly want to get the benefit. We want you to get the benefit. So we talked last time a little bit about what crypto is. Today we want to talk a little bit about maybe what it isn't, kind of bring things down to earth, right? Be realistic, keep realistic perspectives. And wow, the last 48 hours have been filled with realistic perspectives.
Yes, it has.
I've been hit in the head with massive realistic expectations over the last 48 hours.
That's it. But before we get into it,
yeah,
I think we should mention that we had a comment from our last video from John Dick, who wants to hear more about the easiest sites to use for purchasing crypto. How do you buy crypto? And, like you said, I'm curious too, where does one go to buy crypto? So, Tim, please we're going to start off with some of our favorite sites and the ones that we strongly recommend everybody using. So, Tim?
I'm glad you asked that, John.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad you're here to talk about it, Kyle.
Yep.
So, we're prepared to go over some of this stuff. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of our favorites. You'll hear a lot talked about with Coinbase. So Coinbase here, you can kind of see, you get a little sign-up bonus for jumping in with Coinbase. And they do a combined wallet and marketplace so that you can buy crypto through Coinbase. The nice thing about Coinbase is it's a United States company, and it's in the USA working with U.S. regulators. It is ready to support you with your bank. It uses a trusted bridge between your United States bank and its crypto operation. It has cool little things like you see here where they have little classes where you can learn about what cryptocurrency is, and they give you free crypto for passing these little easy quizzes.
I can tell you right off the bat that I took the quizzes myself, and they're super easy. It answers some of the basic questions, especially what type of crypto you're looking to buy. It'll explain everything and explain what it's a part of, and it's just a quick, easy way to earn a few bucks to get into your portfolio to start messing around with the site.
Yeah, it's a neat, little way to get your portfolio started. It's secure. It's backed by the industry-leading security, stuff like that. They've got really good kind of FAQs. They explain to you about taxes. They have good tax support. So, like, at the end of the year, they'll let you download all your tax info really easy. The kind of downside to it, if there is one, is they have really heavy-duty identification requirements. So you're playing with big boys here, and they're going to basically take all your information, like make you put all your personal info, your driver's license, your bank account info, all that stuff. So it's on the level of opening up a bank account. So if you're thinking that crypto is something that you'll be able to do anonymously somehow, this is not going to be the case with Coinbase. This is on the level of opening up a bank account. But you'll be able to get all the goodness of a lot of the most active and interesting cryptocurrencies with a very secure, very well-known, very well-established technology. And there's even some of them that pay interest. They don't pay the best interest, but they do pay some interest. There's probably the most interest that you can get out of any particular crypto is 6% on Algorand. So there is interest earning possibility potential here on Coinbase. So the best part of Coinbase, though, is the easy tie-in to your bank account that's super secure.
Right from your phone, too.
Yeah.
Right from your phone. You can check it throughout the day, no problem. You can trade, you can buy more, you can sell it, all from the power of your phone.
Yep. And that's where we do, I think each of us do most of our buying on Coinbase.
Yes.
Simply because it is so secure, it's well established, well known, and I think probably the safest way to really get in there. They probably have the best support out of all of them, although their support isn't awesome. It's not something you're going to need a lot of support for, I would say.
No.
It's very automatic, very automated. So let's go on to the next one. Next one will be Abra, as in abracadabra. They're very much like Coinbase. They are a wallet that allows you to buy and sell cryptocurrency. You can see their tie-ins here. They do Apple Pay, they do MasterCard and Visa, and they tie into your bank. They have interest payments, so you can set up interest. Their interest is, here's some of their current rates right now. As you can tell, it easily beats anything that you can get in a bank right now. And it is much, much better than what you can get in Coinbase. For example, in Coinbase, you're not going to get any interest on Bitcoin. You're not going to get any interest on Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, or Ethereum. Whereas at Abra, those are possibilities. And take note of those interest rates, because those are pretty good, but not the best. These are stable coins down here. Tether, USD Coin, Paxos, meaning those are pinned to the value of the dollar. So you get higher interest rates, but those coins are not going to appreciate. They're just going to stay pinned at $1 each. So you get more interest, but you're not going to get any appreciation like you would with a Bitcoin. But you're also not going to get any depreciation either. So if your objective is to just earn interest and be stable, that's what stable coins are for. So you can earn a solid 10% annual percent yield with stable coins, and that's a possibility there on Abra. So Abra is also on your phone, and you can, like Kyle was saying, totally handle it on your phone. It's not as widely recognized as Coinbase. It doesn't have the free courses advantage that Coinbase gives you, but they're solid. They are solid. I've used them. I like them. I consider them to be a good wallet / exchange hybrid. And the best part is they do have interest, and they do enable you a lot of choices to pay for your crypto. That's probably a middle-of-the-road option if you just want to do interest, especially if you're interested in stablecoin interest. Abra is a good way to go. You really can't beat that percentage rate of 10.5%. What do you think, Kyle?
Well, you just can't get that in a bank anymore. You know, that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like a lot at first, but if you're thinking about it in the long-term future, 10.5% to, depending on the interest rate in the next 10 years, that could be up to like, 10,000 a month, or, depending on how much that crypto goes up, that interest rate is going to start accumulating some serious cash for you, depending on how much you have invested.
It's a whole lot better than it just sitting around inside a checking account or a savings account.
Gaining what, like 0.64% interest?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Making somebody else money.
Making the banks a lot of money. That's what
right.
they're doing.
Exactly. So let's go on to our next one. We have Gemini. Gemini is a good one. They have a credit card tie-in where you get 3% back in crypto on every purchase with a no annual fee. So that's kind of a nice tie-in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And they have interest-bearing accounts as well.
Not as high as Abra.
Right, not as high as Abra, but they do have some choice interest rates. We can go here and see if they show the exact rates. Yeah, they've got them in here. So Filecoin 7%. DAI is another stable coin, so that's one. They do 4.5% on Litecoin. Bitcoin Cash 4.29. So these aren't bad. They're towards the low-ish end. Ethereum 3%.
Still higher than a bank.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, all of these are higher than what a bank would be.
Right. So not bad, especially if you're looking for the functionality of the credit card that they give you. So a credit card is a nice way to build your crypto up, get interest on it, and then use it because you get 3% back on your purchases. Well, okay, that means you're getting free crypto just for doing your thing, right? So Gemini is built by the Winklevoss twins, the guys who were involved early on with Facebook.
Learn something new every day.
Yep, those are the guys that got screwed by Zuckerberg with Facebook, the Harvard grad brothers. They're really big on security. This is a really secure platform. It does a great job with providing you industry-leading security, and I think that credit card functionality is great. I think their best feature is their security. All their stuff is cold wallet custody, meaning when you deposit crypto with Gemini, everything is held offline. So even if Gemini gets hacked, no one can actually access your crypto.
Awesome.
Everything is offline. So that's kind of cool. I wholeheartedly recommend Gemini. I really believe in the Winklevoss twins. They're great advocates for cryptocurrency. They believe in their product, and I think they invest really well in the crypto space. And the credit card thing's pretty new, but I think they're going to support it really well. So that's just another option for you. And I think everybody's going to be offering those cards eventually, but that's another thing to consider, on top of it. I don't know. Would you use a credit card based on crypto that earns you 3% cash or 3% crypto back?
I would, yes.
That's kind of a cool.
I would maybe keep one or two other credit cards that I really liked, but I would definitely add that one to the arsenal just because you're earning so much back in cryptocurrency. Because, like you said, you don't want to look at. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people don't think about when they're buying cryptocurrency what that interest can do in the years to come. I mean,
right?
It adds up.
Yeah.
And depending on how much, again, it depends on how much you invest, but that interest is still going to add up, and it's still going to be money you didn't even have in your pocket before. So something's better than nothing, in my opinion.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Anytime they're giving you that, just as a little bit of money today, when it goes up, it's kind of like we're talking about. 2 days from now is Bitcoin Pizza Day. If you haven't heard the story, back in 2010, or was it 2012? I think it was. A guy bought a pizza for 10,000 Bitcoin. Okay, 10,000 Bitcoin for a pizza.
Expensive pizza now.
Right? So it's so funny because at the time it was like 10,000 Bitcoin for a pizza. The guy was like, okay, I'll take Bitcoin for this pizza. The pizza was like $12 or something. And today that Bitcoin is worth $480 million. And the guy who sold the pizza, like, totally lost the Bitcoin, has no idea where it is. You know, it was like, yeah, okay, Bitcoin, what is this? It just shows, it's like less than 10 years ago, these crypto assets just seemed like a joke.
Right.
And the guy was like, here, take the pizza, whatever. And now it's a holiday. It's a crypto holiday where people remember this pizza sold for $480 million today. And that's what Kyle's talking about. You swipe, gas and buy a TV and stuff like that on a crypto debit card. Well, when that 3% comes back to you, yeah, it may be 12 cents today. But 10 years from now, that could be $1 million. And I'm not joking. I mean, it really could be. So every little bit that you stick away, it's not going to be like your grandma saying, save your nickels and dimes because that could be worth something someday. Yeah. I'm telling you, crypto is really stick that away because it will be worth something someday. And I don't mind sounding like your grandma telling you that because it's happening. Look, it did it again. Dude, it's creepy. The NSA is all over us.
Turn the lights off.
They don't want us talking about this.
They're going to start flickering. Their monitor's going to go off.
It's either ghosts or it's the NSA. I haven't decided yet.
Right.
Need to get Pablo in here to check the wiring. All right, so let's check this next one. Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet is the official wallet of Binance Exchange. Now, Binance Exchange is important because when we talk about exchanges, Binance is huge. They are like, I don't even know, they're like the New York Stock Exchange of the future. Binance is huge, and they've really gotten behind Trust Wallet. Their DeFi, which we'll talk more about, but decentralized apps are funneled into Trust Wallet. So PancakeSwap runs on Trust Wallet, and it's just a really tight wallet. Runs really well, and you can see here you can buy cryptocurrency, particularly Binance Coin, inside Trust Wallet. So it's another good one. I use Trust Wallet primarily to play with Binance DeFi, and it would just be wrong not to mention it because Binance DeFi is going to be very important. We'll talk more about DeFi in the future, but just remember Trust Wallet is one that I think is an important one. I don't know. It's just going to be huge. Binance is going to be huge. It already is huge, but where it's going is going to be even more huge. So I mentioned that one. And then finally, one of my favorites is Celsius. This is the one that pays incredible interest. It has really great interest rates. It's an app on your phone, just like the other ones. You can buy crypto through it, although it's not as tightly integrated as Coinbase is.
But you can transfer your crypto from Coinbase into Celsius, so you can start earning that percentage of interest that will really add up.
Right.
So that's the good thing to do.
Exactly. So you could buy. We'll take a look at some of the interest rates here in a second, but you'll notice, like, what was Abra for Bitcoin?
I think it was like 3%.
Yeah. Oh, it was 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5% on Abra. Over here on Celsius, 6.2. Over here, USD coin is getting 12.6.
And some go up on as high as almost 20%.
I'll show you here in a second. But USD coin's getting 10.5 on Abra, and on Celsius you're getting 12.6. I think the highest one is, I'm pretty sure it's 13.99% on, well, no, there's Tether, 15.89%. But I know for a fact that coins like Polygon get 13.99% here on Celsius. And Celsius, let's see, where was the other place that did, was it these guys? Yeah.
Yes.
These guys did Polygon.
Polygon on this one was like 3% or something like
1.5%. So on Gemini, you can get 1.5% interest on Polygon. And on Celsius, you can get 13.99%, if I'm not mistaken. So let's say, that's Ethereum.
There it goes.
Yep, 18.55%.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's on the token.
That's on the Matic. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Matic is.
There you go. 13.99%. So if you were to deposit $10,000 in Matic in 1 year, that's what you'd make just in passive income. That doesn't count the appreciation of Matic, which has been going crazy in terms of its success. It's been a very successful cryptocurrency in its own right. That's just the interest. So we like Celsius as a wallet to hold on to your crypto and earn the best interest going, because that's pretty amazing, especially considering what banks don't do for you.
That's right.
So those are just a few of the wallets that we like because they're integrated with purchase options, with exchange options. Each of them have the ability to swap currencies back and forth. So I think that gives you an idea, in broad strokes, what's out there.
That's right. I mean, other than what are some exchanges? Sorry, I can't talk today. Would be good for someone new for crypto to check out. Like I said, we already mentioned the Coinbase, the Gemini, and the Abra. So why though?
Yeah, I think like for John, who asked that question.
Yeah. What makes them easier to understand or use?
Yeah. I think because of the Coinbase integration with your bank account, for example, Coinbase uses Plaid, which is a service that ties into your bank account with automated processes. So like you don't have to mess around with, for example, some services when they connect to your bank account, you have to like go to your bank account and they do like two small deposits. One's like 2 cents and one's like 12 cents. And then you have to read back, what those deposits are. And it can take like 2 or 3 days for those deposits to come in. And it's kind of complicated. Plaid is a service that takes that out of the mix. And it just automatically goes in and it instantaneously verifies your bank account so that you don't have to mess around with that. Coinbase uses Plaid. I'm pretty sure Abra uses that too. So those cryptocurrency wallets that use Plaid will naturally be a better fit for new users because you won't have to sit around waiting for days for it to clear. Also, the registration process will be faster. So it'll be less time getting started, less frustration for you. And I think you'll overall enjoy the process more. Likewise, Coinbase has that stuff like Kyle was talking about, those classes, where you answer like a total of 12 quizzes and suddenly you have like $28 in free crypto in your account ready to get you started. So it's got like a little mini portfolio built in.
Yeah, and you can move whatever cryptocurrency they give you. You don't need to keep it and you can earn that cryptocurrency and then you could switch it over to whichever coin you want to start pursuing. So
you could take that whole, you earn 5 or 6 different cryptos worth $28. You could convert them all over into Polygon and then move that Polygon over into Celsius and start earning 13.99% all in the first week, if that's what you wanted.
You can do it all in the first day.
Right.
Because it takes only, it might take a couple minutes, it might take a couple hours, but no more than 24 hours to get.
You might be waiting for your Celsius account to verify.
But it takes normally less than, they say it takes about 24 hours.
Yeah.
But me personally, it did it quicker than that.
Right. The point being that Celsius is a great place for beginners, Coinbase is a perfect place for beginners because it's easy to set up with your bank account. It has the freebies that you can get in there. Oh, by the way, you get to learn stuff about crypto by taking those classes and the quizzes. And hey, they give away $28 or whatever in free crypto to get you started. So that's my answer, John. I think Kyle would agree. Start off with Coinbase, hit those classes, get the free stuff, and then you're off to the races from there.
So John's probably wondering now how he can get crypto.
Yeah, well, there's basically 3 ways to get crypto. Obviously, we already talked about buying it or getting it from these promotions. You can stake it, and we can talk some more about that, or you can mine it. Buying it is just like what we talked about. You connect your bank account and you take dollars and purchase it for dollars. Staking it is kind of what we're talking about with interest, where you take some and put it into an account that's either earning interest or that locks it down and you get a little on a basic time period based upon an agreement. There's a fine line, a fundamental difference between staking and earning interest. Interest is where you have an agreement with a provider like Celsius or Abra or someone who says, maintain a balance and we'll pay you interest. Whereas staking is more like you're participating in a blockchain. You are delegating your assets towards the administration of a blockchain. But with a lot of these cryptos, it's almost transparent, the difference.
Right.
So for example, Cardano. Cardano is a hugely popular cryptocurrency where you find wallets that are capable of staking. For example, Exodus is a wallet that is capable of staking. You put your Cardano balance into that wallet. It's an app on your phone, just like Celsius or Coinbase or whatever else. And then just tell it, I want to stake. And then every month, you'll get 4 to 5% of your balance paid to you, just like interest.
You can also set up recurring buys on Coinbase and your other apps to where if you don't want to sit around and keep messing with it every so often, you can just set up a recurring buy to where you say, hey, I want to spend $100 a month on this, and it'll do it for you, like without, you got to fill in the information like you said and follow the steps, but it'll do it for you. You don't even have to, worry about that. It'll do it all for you.
Right. And then the final way is mining. And mining is becoming more and more accessible. It used to be that in order to mine, you had to have a lot of electricity, a lot of air conditioning, and be able to put up with a lot of noise because these miners were very hot. They're like little machines about, a little bit bigger than a bread box that put off a ton of heat. They were really loud because of the fans involved. Basically, imagine a machine that had the processing chip from your cell phone times 1,000 inside of it. And all that it did was do cryptologic calculations 24/7. And that generated income because it's doing the blockchain thing inside, and you're getting the transaction fees from it participating in the game, and they call that mining.
We could stream for you guys. We would try to stream for in the room, but it's impossible.
Yeah, right.
We would need hearing protection, and it would be impossible. So that's not going to happen. But if you guys have more questions about that.
But we can show you these new miners.
There's quite a few of them that are coming out, right?
They're like home miners.
They're basically set up for home use.
Mm-hmm.
That don't require a lot of electricity, that are somewhat, feasible and
really quiet.
Really quiet.
So this is the new one from Gold Shell. And we can switch it to US dollars so you can get an idea of how much it costs. But it plugs into your wall, and it mines a cryptocurrency called Kadena. And this one is probably about, I don't know, the size of maybe like a old telephone, It's probably, yay big.
I'd say it's a little bit bigger than a toaster.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit smaller, but
it's really quiet. You see it's 30 decibels, so it's probably like as loud as a humidifier maybe. It only uses 205 watts of power, and it mines this crypto called Kadena. And Kadena is a relatively new cryptocurrency. You're probably talking about earning $10 a day at the current exchange rate of Kadena to the US dollar. And it just plugs into your computer, and it relies on like a desktop or a laptop computer to do some of the processing. And all the blockchain processing is done inside this box. And it's real quiet and just does its thing. If you walked in the room, you wouldn't be able to hear it running by itself. If you had 4 or 5 of them, you'd be able to hear them. Yeah. But it's like it's a faint hum, just like like I said, like a humidifier. And then there's other ones. Other new ones. Let's see if they have them here. No, that's the only one I see right now. But these are the only types, but they're the types of a new mine from home initiative where they're making them smaller, making them more quiet, making them more energy efficient. And this is a way that you can do it. But think for a minute. If you have to spend $3,400 to buy that plus shipping, so you're probably going to spend $3,600 to get that.
Right.
And then it's going to earn you $10 a day. That means you're going to spend almost a year at the current rates mining with that thing before you get a return on your investment. Now, that's not bad. The rates could go up. It could become more valuable. You could get a return faster. It could go up a lot. It's a risk that you take, and who knows? It could go up a lot faster, and you pay it off in 6 months, right. And then that thing could be profitable for 4 or 5 years, or it could go the other way, and it could take 2 years to pay off. That's the thing with mining. You never know exactly which way it's going to go. It's always kind of a gamble. Right. So mining can go either way, and it's a risk, but that's another way that you can get cryptocurrency, is doing something like mining. And the fun thing is that it used to be that in order to get cryptocurrency by mining, it took a lot of electricity, a lot of air conditioning, or you had to be in Norway in a cave, in order to make it work. Right. And now they're making this smaller stuff that you can plug into your computer at home. And, 205 watts, that's like a ceiling fan and lights.
Yeah.
That's nothing. So
nothing at all.
Yeah.
So another question that we thought you guys might have for us, and we're going to kind of explain that now, is who controls cryptocurrencies? And Tim, please explain to the people who controls them.
That's a very good question. The beauty of cryptocurrencies is, who controls Facebook? Well, everyone knows Zuckerberg controls Facebook and his company, right? They decide if they're going to censor you or if they're going to allow these types of comments or, they're going to have fact checkers straighten you out, right? Or Twitter. Everybody knows Twitter has fact checkers and they're going to straighten you out and they're going to kick you off if they don't like what you post. Or even like PayPal. PayPal is owned by a corporation. So if they don't like the business that you're doing or if they think your business is sketchy, they'll stop your payments or slow you down.
They can kick you off the website or you can close your PayPal account.
Exactly. And we've seen people done dirty because of, legitimate misunderstandings on eBay or whatever else. Those are owned by corporations and they have the power to do stuff to you. The beauty of cryptocurrency is there is no corporation that owns them. They are owned by the people. They're owned by the participants. So there is no overhead organization or individual that can kick anybody off. It is truly what they call peer-to-peer. You to me, me to you. And so there is no ownership outside of the community. Now, for some people, that's scary because they're like, well, that means it's the Wild West and, people can do me wrong and there's no one that I can go to. There's no customer service I can run to or whatever else. Well, that's kind of true, but really kind of not because the customer service is baked in. The code, the language, the program is built to protect you. You don't have to trust in people because the code is already there to help you so that no one can do you wrong with inside. And that's the beauty of the choice. There's 7,000 different cryptocurrency types, and each one of them have their codes built with individual features for your individual concerns.
Right.
So you get to choose which program you're most comfortable with, the one that you think protects you the most. And so you make that choice yourself. After that, you don't need customer service. You don't need another human being because you've already put your trust in that system.
Basically, you don't need a bank.
Right.
You don't need one. And
because
they don't like they don't like cryptocurrency.
That's right. The blockchain and the underlying algorithms have the integrity. It's the people that you can't trust. And this locks the people and their lack of integrity out. So that's the beauty of it.
So, it seems like some of these countries, such as the U.S., are focusing on trying to control the exchange of crypto into real or flat currencies. What do you think about that, Tim?
It's totally true. There's always some news story coming out, like there was today, that the IRS is locking down and they're going to shake everybody down for their cryptocurrency taxes. Or every other month they'll hear a story about China is banning crypto or India is banning crypto or something. And it's just more and more signs. None of it's new. But they're just continuing signs that governments want to assert control because they've always had control and they don't like that crypto threatens their control. And they want to try to find ways to keep the old system going.
Right.
They want to keep pushing the new way out and retain the old system. Because that's where their power comes from. That's where their profit comes from.
That's how they get all their money.
That's right.
The rich get richer, and they don't care really about how much money you got in your bank account. Even if you have even if you have an account at their bank, I don't really think they care. And that's my personal opinion. I might get some feedback on it from our listeners, but that's my personal opinion.
I totally agree. It's
Right.
the system is built to lock them in and lock you out. The elites have their hold on wealth and power, and the last thing they want is folks like us getting into that.
Start stepping on their toes.
Right. But remember, it's what we talked about. If you're smart and you want more rich people's money to run your government, then you should make more rich people.
Right.
If you want a better society, then you should spread the wealth around. You shouldn't lock it up
And
amongst a few
cryptocurrency
people.
can do that.
That's right.
And that's why we're here talking to you guys right now, because we want you guys to get in on some of the action.
That's right. Because Kyle having wealth does not threaten the rest of us having wealth. A handful of people way far off in mansions having wealth and preventing the rest of us having wealth, that is a threat to everyone having a better life and
Think
a better
about
future.
if everybody had wealth.
Yeah. If everyone had wealth, then they would do the things that would promote job growth, promote innovation, promote the advancement of the human race.
Any economy you're in, period, is going to go up.
Yeah.
The more people that have money, the better the economy is going to be.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's sad, but it's true.
It's true, because there's going to be things that you're passionate about. Let's say you're passionate about pancreatic cancer because you have a loved one that died of pancreatic cancer and you have money. And so you're first going to take care of your family. And after that, you're going to follow your passion. And you're like, well, pancreatic cancer is what I'm passionate about. And so you find there's a group of other people who share that same passion. And they all have wealth too. So what are you going to do? You're going to combine your wealth and say, we're going to solve the problem of pancreatic cancer. And so you devote your lives to it, and there's no one that can stop you. There's no big corporation, because right now the problem is the government controls most of the work in the business of pancreatic cancer through grants and stuff like that. Well, guess who doesn't want that to stop? Government agencies who control that stuff.
Yeah, because they're making tons of money off of it.
Right. If the government was responsible for making iPhones and Android, do you think we'd ever see an iPhone or an Android? No, because they keep generating their own revenue off the development of those things. But when private corporations do it, I mean, they become reality.
They become a thing, and you
Right.
can't do anything about it.
So smart, passionate people who have wealth and work together actually get stuff done. And that's the whole idea of spreading the wealth, is that free, unfettered people who are able to pursue their passions and their ideas make the world better. Why not make that more and more a thing? You want to improve social justice? You want to improve medicine? You want to improve technology? You want to improve veterans care? You want to improve anything that you're passionate about? You need to put wealth in the hands of those people and watch what happens.
Absolutely.
But don't lock up the wealth in the hands of a few banks. That's dumb. They're not going to do it.
They don't care. They just won't.
And that's why we look at things like, how do we do this and help people get the knowledge? Because the knowledge is the power to unlock all these good things.
So spread the word, people. Tell your friends that you saw two goofy guys from the Air Force talking about cryptocurrency on YouTube, and just have them watch and send in your questions, or you can say anything else you want about us. We don't care. We've heard it all. So spread the word.
That's right.
That's it.
We can do this together.
Quite simple. And that probably leads us to the last question. What determines the price of cryptocurrency?
Yes. So, last 48 hours, like I said, huge, like one of the biggest ever, 50+% price dump on Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto industry. And I, for one, that doesn't faze me at all. I've been through the worst. I was there through 2017, 2018. I've seen it, so it doesn't bother me. But what determines the price is really complex, in terms of you've got free market factors like straight up supply and demand, but there's also market manipulation. And we need to be real about that in terms of we have to really wring out what we call the weak hands. There are still whales left over from the early days of crypto that have large amounts of cryptocurrency in all the different flavors that will make big moves that will shift the market. We also have price manipulations by large corporations and stuff like that that can manipulate the currency.
Or famous people that like to send ridiculous tweets out.
Yeah, I call it Hurricane Elon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think that's what we experienced partially over the past week.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Firmly believe that the most powerful force in the market is price discovery, meaning the invisible hand of the market will determine the price. And even though we experience these price fluctuations of 50% movement or whatever, I've seen it. It will bounce back and it will go back to normal. So just view stuff like this as a buying opportunity. I mean, that's how we're looking at it. Bitcoin's on sale. Every price of anything in the market goes on sale. It's like, come down here and buy shirts, 50% off. Come down here and buy pants, 50% off. That's all that I look at this as, is Bitcoin is 50% off for the next week. Come down here. Yeah, buy your Bitcoin,
Seriously.
50% off.
Oh, it's the best analogy you could have,
Right.
you could have put in there.
Get your crypto 50% off for the next week. It's the Memorial Day Bitcoin sale.
That's right.
Get it while the getting's good because, oh, by the way, by the end of August, you are looking at Bitcoin 70,000, 80,000, 100,000. You heard it here first. I really believe that. And before the end of the year, I really think we'll be sitting here at Christmas going, wow, look at that. Bitcoin's 100,000. And it just won't even be a thing. Because I remember when Bitcoin was 3,500 just over a year ago. And thinking to myself, man, this is going to explode. I just know this is going to explode. So when you've been around the market as long as I have, these things just kind of make you chuckle. And you just go, it's the Memorial Day sale.
That's right.
And
I've not been around the market as long as he has, but luckily I have him to teach me about these things.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Bitcoin and the rest of cryptocurrency is here to stay. So these market factors are complicated and sometimes hard to understand. But like I said, it's just like T-shirts and pants on sale, down at Macy's or whatever,
Yes, sir.
I don't worry about it. So, all right, I think that's all the time we have today.
Yes, sir.
But we'll be back on Tuesday. Send us your questions. We look forward to answering them, helping you out however we can. By the way, Bitcoin is, as of right now, already back up to 40,756. So that's looking good.
It is.
And I think the rest of the market is going with it because Ethereum is already back up 9.3% today. And don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. This is fine.
We will see you guys next week.
Sounds good. Take care.